Alright, what I have here is from Ken Pomeroy from the 2016-2017 NCAA basketball season. These are the top 10 teams according to him throughout the season. Gonzaga, Villanova 1-2, Oregon down to 10. That's in the B column, and it's repeated across on the second row, as you see there, from Gonzaga, Villanova all the way to Oregon. And then in the A column, right next to the team, is the points per possession they'd be expected to score against an average opponent. And then in the first row is the points that they'd be expected to allow against an average opponent, per possession, both cases. And to do the next thing is what would be of vital interest is to find out how well they would be expected to do against each other. So according to Ken Pomeroy, you can just average the two numbers. They average the offensive team and the defensive team. So if Gonzaga were to play themselves, averaging A3 and C1, they'd be expected to score 1.024 points per possession. Now, if I wanted to copy and paste this throughout for all 100 possibilities, I would get a mess because as I go to the right, what I have is this, instead of sticking with the A column, it's moving along here, now all the way to the D column. And if I look at the going down, I see that I don't stick with the first row for the second one. It keeps going down as well. So this is going to be a mess. And so my best case scenario is to do this all at one time. And I need to fix the A column by putting a $sign before the A. And I need to fix the row, the first row of the second one, by putting a $sign before the 1. So now when I copy and paste this, what I get every time is the offense and the defense averaged together. So if Kansas and West Virginia are playing each other, I would expect Kansas to score 1.057 points per possession against West Virginia. See, I'm averaging Kansas's offense, West Virginia's defense. So the $sign goes before the A. If I put the $sign before the number as well, it would have always stuck with the number 3. It would look like this. If I make both references absolute, copy and paste, then no matter where I go, it looks like Gonzaga's offense versus Gonzaga's defense. And that is not what I'm looking for. So what I want is to use the cell references properly. So you'll see that in the show result, it does this, except for averaging without the average function. Take the new numbers, divide by 2. Then I made a third page so that this is what I would do, going beyond what this is asking here, just to understand the cell references, to make this more understandable. One is I told you the offense is over here. It would be nice to see it. So I inserted a column into B, and then took B4 to B13 and went to alignment. And then I merged it. I took the center vertically, and I changed the text alignment so it would be straight up and down so it fit inside of there. I did the same thing making a second row, except for now all I needed to do is just merge those cells. I thought instead of having each of these columns be different widths, I took all the columns, right click, format, and then I took the column width, made them all 8 so they'd all be the same. Now this makes it so that some of them wouldn't fit in, like North Carolina, West Virginia. So after that I took these 8, I went to alignment, and it did shrink to fit. So instead of North Carolina just showing as much as you could before it runs out, it shows the whole thing just a little smaller. I deleted off the numbers where they'd be playing each other as irrelevant. Then I took these 10 numbers, and you see, instead of making it exactly fitting on the right edge, and this isn't centered because I was afraid there might be a different number of cell significant digits, I went to the alignment, and I did right indent 1, and that caused it to push it 1 away from that right edge. So it looks pretty and is well organized. And the last thing I did is I did this conditional formatting. And I just did the basic, I did top 10 and made them green. And I did the bottom 10, made them red. So you can change the number that you want to have show, and you can change how you want it to be formatted. So what this allows me to see is that you're going to get the smallest numbers basically when Gonzaga is playing defense, and you're going to get the highest numbers when Villanova is playing offense. It is more important who the offensive team is on when the points would be high, and it's more important who the defensive team is when its points being low. And I can see when these numbers are going to be in the extremes. And so I added that to the numbers outside of the cell references just to make it so that I really understand what it is I'm looking for in this data.